I'm entering my 40th year, actually, this month in business. Never been a quitter, never shied away from tough situations. I think leadership, the cream always rises to the top, and I've always been someone who believes in the fact that if there's things we need to fix, we're going to fix them. If there are things the players have a perspective on that they don't like that we're doing or I'm doing, we'll fix them, Malika. So I think there's a point in time when obviously there's a lot of, and I said emotion, passion, whatever you want to call it, about what's going on right now. The league has grown enormously over the last 5 years.
The room didn't just shift, it fractured. Phones went silent, executives froze, and a single name sent shockwaves to the entire league: Caitlin Clark. If you're watching this unfold in real time, stay locked in, because this story is moving fast. It all began quietly. One report, then another, then a third source, all echoing the same thing behind closed doors. Now the pressure on the WNBA's top office is reaching an unprecedented level, and the timing couldn't be more explosive. This is all happening just as Caitlin Clark's Nike partnership surges to a whole new tier, intensifying scrutiny and changing the power dynamics across the league.
Be clear that we're misaligned currently on what our stakeholders want from officiating. We have heard loud and clear that we have not lived up to that needed alignment, and that attention and change is needed to serve the WNBA to the level of excellence that is not currently being met in the various stakeholders' eyes. There are no greater stakeholders than our players. Their voice is integral to the alignment that is required for good officiating, and we look forward to including their perspectives on how our staff can better serve the game movement.
Not later, not months from now, right now. And that timing isn't coincidence, it's collision. While the league was still debating narratives, arguing over tone and questioning impact, Nike had already made its call. They didn't wait for approval or ask permission. They backed the truck up. A new wave of Caitlin Clark branding hit the market, and the response was immediate. Sellouts, traffic spikes, and global traction. These weren't subtle signals. They were the kind of numbers that loudly embarrassed anyone who had doubted her pull. Inside league circles, sources say the mood flipped almost overnight. What once felt like control suddenly turned into panic.
That as we get up to, the end of the season and then into the end of this calendar year. So we'll dialogue with players. I mean, one-on-one relationships, groups of relationships. Players have reached out to me. Obviously, so have a lot of people in the basketball ecosystem about all the momentum we have and how important it is to continue that momentum. And I think together,
what was once silence turned into emergency conversations. Because you can't downplay someone the world has just crowned. That's when the tension hit its peak. Reports began circulating that Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's position was under serious internal strain. Not a headline resignation or a formal press release, but pressure. The kind that comes when the ground shifts beneath you and everyone knows exactly why. Players are watching. Sponsors are watching. Fans are watching. And Caitlin Clark isn't saying much. But she doesn't have to. Every time her name trends, every time her ad runs, every time her jersey moves units faster than anyone predicted, the contrast grows louder. The league tried to manage the moment. Nike amplified it. And that's the problem.
It is an incredibly isolating thing, and you don't really understand it until you go through it. And then I think the challenge for myself was just, it was one injury, and then it was like a little better, and then it kind of continued to compound and get worse, and, other things pop up, and then I had the ankle injury. So it feels nice to finally be back to 100%. And in a way, at the end of the WNBA season, obviously I did everything I could to try to be able to come back and, be able to play for my team, but, it just didn't really work. I think that was almost a way of relief for myself, just knowing that, I gave everything I could to possibly try to play, but my body just wasn't really letting me. And then, I continued to rehab, and now feeling back at 100%. And honestly,
inside the business side of basketball, insiders say this was never about one deal. It was about control. Who defines the future, who benefits from momentum, and who misread the moment so badly it can't be walked back. That's where things got uncomfortable. Sources describe closed-door meetings, tense conversations, and words like grateful, platform, and timing being thrown around. The kind of language that never lands well when the numbers tell a completely different story. Because Caitlin Clark didn't just bring attention, She brought leverage, and leverage changes everything. Nike didn't merely renew belief, they doubled down, expanded campaigns, locked in long-term alignment, and pushed global positioning. This wasn't a bet, it was a verdict. And when the biggest brand in sports decides what matters most, the rest of the ecosystem has to adjust or fracture. That's why this moment feels different. Not loud, not messy, just heavy. Fans sensed it first. The tone shifted, the conversations changed, and the question stopped being, is she the face? And became, why did anyone fight this? That's when the league office felt the heat. Because when momentum moves faster than leadership, accountability is never far behind.
Angrily, the tweets then Houston Rockets GM Daryl Morey supporting Hong Kong anti-government protesters in 2019. It says the WNBA has recently denied that its commissioner Kathy Engelbert will resign once a new CBA is reached. The threat of players striking to secure a better deal still remains. The possibility of both the NBA and WNBA playing games in China come as the former doubles down on its commitment to the country through a new multi-year partnership with the Chinese Basketball Association. This collaboration is a continuation of our long-term efforts to elevate the game of basketball in China at all levels. We look forward to strengthening our collective commitment to developing the next generation of NBA and WNBA players from China.
Reports suggest Engelbert has been evaluating next steps, and that phrasing matters. It's not confirmation, but it's far from nothing. It's what surfaces when pressure stacks from every direction. Players, partners, public perception. At the center of it all is Caitlin Clark, not campaigning, not clapping back, not arguing, just winning the moment. Every era has a tipping point, a moment where resistance looks foolish in hindsight. And this feels like one of them. Nike didn't ask who was comfortable. They asked who moved a needle. Once that answer became undeniable, everything else started to shake. So no, this isn't just about a commissioner or a contract or even a single player. It's about what happens when the future arrives early and the system isn't ready. Because whether the league admits it today or a month from now, the truth is already out. Caitlin Clark isn't asking for space. She owns it, and the aftermath, we're watching it unfold.